my dears, we are in the same exercise 7.1, and this is question number 3. And moreover, this is very similar to question number 2. The only difference is in question number 2, the question was asking you what should be multiplied, and here the question is asking you what must be divided. The smallest number, find the smallest number by which each of the following number must be divided to obtain a perfect cube. So that means these numbers are not in a perfect cube. So by which number you will divide it so that it will become a perfect cube. So moreover, the starting is also same. Okay, the only difference where exists, I'll tell you. Let's start with Roman number 2, 128. Let's do the prime factorization of this. So we got 7 times 2. So the prime factor of 128 will write it to 7 times. Then now let's make a pair of triplets. This is in the pair, this is in the pair. So what is left? 2 is left, isn't it? 2 is left, my dears. If the question is, now be very careful. Now if the question is what must be multiplied, to make this 2 in the group of triplet, you should add 2 times 2, isn't it? 2 into 2. That means if the question is what must be multiplied, you should write 4 should be multiplied. 2 into 2, 4 should be multiplied. But here the question is what should be divided. So you have to be careful out here. So whatever is left, the same number has to be divided here. So if it is, the question is what should be multiplied, you will have to write 2 times 2, that is 4 should be multiplied. But if it is what should be divided, the same number should be divided what is left. So 2 is left, so it should be divided with 2. So that this 2 and 2 will get reduced and it will be a perfect cube because all the prime factors are in the group of triplet, isn't it? So we'll write like this: as prime factor 2 remains. So this is remaining after grouping the prime factors of 128 in triplets. So all the prime factors of 128 we have grouped in triplet. So what is remaining? 2 is remaining. So 128 is not a perfect cube. So 128 is not a perfect cube, isn't it? So to make it a perfect cube, it should be divided by 2. If you divide it by 2, 2 and 2 will get reduced, so it will be a perfect cube. Okay, let's move to Roman number 5, 704. Let's do the prime factorization of this. We got these numbers. So here we have 6 times 2 and 111. So we have written it. So let's make a pair of triplets, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, but this is alone. So 11 is remaining. So whatever is remaining, you have to divide with that number. So as a prime factor 11 remains after grouping the prime factor of 704 in triplets. So 704 is not a perfect cube. So to make 704 a perfect cube, it should be divided by 11. Okay, now have you understood? If you have understood, then be happy. Okay, let's move to question number 4.